Hey everybody, it's Chance here with yet another episode of Pathologic. Last time we finished day 7. We met the Inquisitor in proper, and she is a very interesting person. Um, we need her at this point to accomplish our goals, but at the same time, she's clearly not telling us the truth. Not the full truth, maybe. Maybe the seat changes, maybe things have changed in such a way where she is telling part of the truth. It's hard to know whether part of her is acting on actual instructions or on her own motives, and how much of those things are a cross between one another and not. So she's a very interesting character and an interesting presence to show up partway through the game like this. Being the kind of crux for the kind of the Inquisitor arriving is a bit of the climax in a way, because now it's just resolution mostly all the way down. I feel like, but of course we still have a bunch of more days left, and it's gonna be awful. Is all. So let's just get going. Let's see how much more miserable this game can get. Alright, where is my save? There it is. Alright. Did I sleepy? I did. Let's raise my... how bad is my infection? Oh, not too bad. Let me see. I need more. Oh, I can drink that. Nice. I like how he has an animation for looking in the well.
Who lives without folly is not so wise as he thinks.
I think he might be like one of the only characters who like walks around their space. Everyone else is like sedentary or in one spot, but his animation goes all the way around and peeking into the well. I only just noticed that. That's really cool. Right. You undoubtedly have a lot of questions in mind, but they'll have to wait. Except for one, the most pressing, and dare I say, painful concern. We've lost enough time as it is. The crowd's not going to wait, is it? And your visit to the termitary. All in all, there's no point in putting it off. What does it have to do with my visit to the termitary? I'll have you know that a certain informer of mine, a trustworthy source despite being a worm, has taught me that there's a flow of fake panacea coming out of the termitary. To be honest with you, this is encroaching upon my interests, so I'm turning to you for help. This concerns you as well, after all. This concerns me? How? Truth is, the slime balls are backing themselves up with, yes, your own good name. They claim that the recipe is yours and even provide some proof of authorship. I don't know what it is exactly, but really, your name is actual proof enough for the general crowd. They're rather naive. The heart incident is already becoming common knowledge. In certain circles, at least. The heart incident was Barak's handiwork. I had nothing to do with it. Well, in any case, they are procuring live hearts, of which there is no shortage of in the termitary now, and preparing the portions right in front of their buyers. You can imagine the resulting product. I've heard you loud and clear. So you're saying they've set up shop in the termitary, right? My informer said, and that one of the rooms in the long block he hasn't seen himself. I shudder to imagine the sheer number of rooms there. I'll have my work cut out for me. Panacea Black Market. Yet again they substitute a useless fake for the precious solution that many would describe as the epitome of life itself. There is a group of worms in the termitary who brew some atrocious swill that they peddle for outrageous prices, all under the cover of Isidore Barak's name. Just wait until I get to them.
Hmm.
I need a map of the dangerous districts. Agreed. Yay! Okay. So... oh yeah, now we have like a new version of the UI in this, because it was just like, it's the map. And then here we had like a bottle, we had like a key and an orb. But now we have this for this second part of the game, which is interesting. Very interesting, actually. I'm wondering if like each character has like different UI. That'd be cool. But anyway, God, hell on earth. So we gotta go to the Termitary today. That is today's whole thing, which is exciting because we've never been in there before. So let's see. So let's talk. So I want to talk to as many people as I can, and of course I'm going to end here at the Termitary. So obviously the way Stickies is there, so we can visit these guys last. Sorry, I'm just like thinking. Problem is these guys. No, that doesn't help. Problems were here, so if we go like this, oh no. If we go like this, that seems like a good move. Oh, stupid. We have to go to the town theater. So we'll go here first. And then figure it out from there. You know what? We've been doing alright, all things said. I am going to equip my gun. Thanks. Alright, let's go. I do want to try killing more of the arsonists. Because apparently, on average, if you kill them, the loot they have is much better than the knife guys. They're more dangerous, so I get it. But I do want to, they will sometimes have, like, food on them, medication, along with money. And, like, the little extra thing you can get to, like, give to the patrolman for food. Let's see. Nope, things are getting worn, so let's... Perfect. Save. She didn't have anything to say. Let's talk to this guy. Let's see. Tell me, does any building in the town seem suspicious to you? I know we should probably every single time talking to these guys before getting the main quest always gives like an idea of like this, like some of the dialogue has definitely been like these are after you know what you're doing for the day, and these guys will grant you hints about where to go. But we're gonna do it now. Tell me, does any building in the town seem suspicious to you? Why do you ask? The carrier or the source of the infection could be there. Ooh, I thought so. Surely someone must be picking the plague up by the handful somewhere. They throw it around then, and then here you go, an outbreak. Then it dies out, and then the next day someone throws more bad stuff around. Sounds plausible, but who can it be? Perhaps the executors with their masks and their cloaks? I was asking about a place. Perhaps the infected food from the warehouses. Or maybe rats? What if something died beneath the ground? Rats gnaw on carrion, tear it to slices, and then they slip into the houses. And there you have it. You should talk to Sabaroff about that. He's supposed to be in charge of the cellars. No, I doubt it's that simple. Curious. So that means Sabaroff might have something for me. Alright. Nice! I don't want to use, like... Very rude of you. Ugh, kind of low on health. Maybe that wasn't worth it. I won't let you throw your knife. Don't even think about it. Let's check around. So what time is it? Okay, we're good. Just because now we know of trash cans back here. Now we don't check that often, so... And like it might just be me overthinking it, but like if they're a little out of the way, shouldn't there be loot there? I would make it like higher likelihood. Especially since time is so important in this game, you know?
I know how celestial bodies work. I know the logic of numbers.
Yes, Mom.
Solid bodies drown in water. It's a law. Life breaks into particles and is reborn again. It is a law.
Do you see now how many mysteries the Earth holds? The more terrifying the mystery, the deeper it lies, and the fewer wells can reach them.
You can trick anyone but me, the emissary of the powers that be. I know how this world had been built. I know how its life works. I know the laws it operates under. It's supposed to be very simple and proportional.
True, Mom. That's what it's supposed to be.
True, ma'am. That is what it's supposed to be.
So let it be. It's not the end of the world. It's just an epidemic. It's gone out of proportion. The law will prevail. I'll restore the balance. Not all is lost. I know where the root of this evil lies.
What a powerful... I really like that. I really like some of the choices that have been occurring since Agalia has, wasn't there supposed to be, like, water here? Sorry, I want to refill my bottle. Anyway, but, there's something really interesting. Sorry, I want to put it this so time doesn't pass. There's something really interesting about, because I mean we have to find the source. Like that is Agalia's aim, and what that means for everything else, I'm not quite sure. We need to find the source as well and exterminate it without destroying the town. But the town aren't the people itself, per the powers that be. And I am inclined to believe that that is the truth. To some extent, like I do believe that the powers that be believe that, because I believe that Agalia was actually told that. Judging from that one executor who was lying, they said as much about Agalia as well. So there's something really interesting. I don't 100% know what to make of it yet. Everything has coalesced on this small town. All these major players, they're all here. But why the hell are they here? You know, what does that mean? Why was such an imbalance allowed to happen here? Had it been building for a long time? Was it sudden? The plague happened once before and Isidore was able to stop it. But this time, both Simon and Isidore were killed. Simon was killed by the plague. And it was found inside of the termitary because, again, that is where Isidore came out of. We know that. We know that's where it started. And I think we've confirmed now that the termitary is open that the plague was in there. Well, actually, we don't know that 100%. Old Vlad told us that that was a case. He was trying to hide that. And younger Vlad is the one that kind of instituted that. Because we know that Isidore did go around telling a bunch of people that the sand pest is back before dying. And while he definitely died of the plague, there are again that thing being stuck in him is not the plague, right? We never figured that out. And to figure out what the source is, it is connected to that. Like I do believe Isidore caught it, was telling Simon, Simon died, he died. But the real question is what he was telling Simon. Because Simon, this town was unintruded upon until Simon died. I don't know if this was a ploy. I don't know if this is just like the wells were bubbling up. You know, like the lines are all beginning to match. We're in, you know, there is an eclipse. They're not often, but sometimes things line up in such a way. And sometimes you're there to witness it, and sometimes you're not. Sometimes you miss a once in a lifetime event. Sometimes you don't even, you know, sometimes you don't even realize that it happened in your life. There's something interesting there, right, too? This is one of those events. So I'm very curious because judging from that creature we saw, I do believe, like I think in a moment of weakness, Dankovsky said that to Sticky. He has not acknowledged it since. And I think it's because he knows Sticky saw it. There are probably other people who would believe him, but that goes against his whole image. He can let it loose in front of Sticky because Sticky is a child. That a child with no family who lives and who like like who like no one that Dankovsky's opinions he cares about would be influenced by him in any real way. I do think to an extent, I mean, part of it is also Dankovsky, I don't think respects children. He's such a hateful man. He hates women, he hates children. I wouldn't even necessarily, I don't think he would say that he hates those things. But he's very misogynistic. And he probably hates children. He is sure, like, I don't know if racist is the correct term, but like he has been very, very negative toward any sort of like rural native thought and belief. Which, yes, this is rural, but it is the history and the stories around this place are very, very important to the indigenous people and have influenced the entire town because of it. You know, everyone to some extent believes what is told, because it is the town, like a people and a place is culture. You know, you cannot strip that away from a place that easily. And I like how this game does basically confirm that, like, this is real because of course it's real. That's not the question here, right? Like, it's a question to some of our logical types like Dankovsky, but like he he is very much proven to be, like, yes, he's very smart, he's learned, da 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 da, but like he is so out of touch with this place. It doesn't even occur to him to be respectful toward this stuff. He just sees it as backwards, which is such a, in order to like, it is, because I mean, he didn't come here for the people. He came for Simon Kane. He just got roped into this because he kind of had to, because he didn't really have a choice because his life's work was at stake. And now I do believe he is invested to an extent, but it's like that investment is tied to that. I imagine that if any other position, if he didn't have to do that, he would probably help here and there. But I don't think he would have done anything. But also I think because of what he can do, he was always going to be an important player on the board, right? So that, I we've been through so many hours of this game together, and we've been through so many hours of this game together, and like, I think this is like my first kind of real sit down with Dankovsky himself, because I've been thinking about like everything else that's going on, but like the player character is a character. They have their own reasons for being there that you are all given. And right, like, in a way, the creation and what it represents, the fact that you can break these laws to accomplish something means something. You have to be able to do it to some extent, right? What Peter Stumbleton has built, how strange and strange, and like, how does it even exist? It's such a strange building. It is such a strange place. And it's like no one, like, you're not pushing those boundaries to create your masterpiece. You have to. He wants to defeat morality. He wants to defeat death. he needs a miracle to do that. And you sometimes have to make a miracle by breaking every rule in the book. In case that the reason it was told not to was because of something deeper than just do not do this thing. You know, like a law in the world, the way the world works, right? Like the law of gravity, you can't really mess with that in that kind of way, not in so much an illegality sense. It's weird because I don't really like when I think about law. I always think about it in a legality sense, where it's like that doesn't necessarily mean it's right or wrong. It is just a rule. But laws are so flexible. But the Earth is something else than a governing body is. It is a different thing. So, and it's cool. I think this game is really, really good. I know I'm not done with it, but I dare even say a masterpiece at times. It is. I think this game is A plus storytelling, and I really like 'cause like the gameplay is miserable, but in a way, it's like having played through so much of it at this point. It works so well. It works so well to kind of tell the story of a person, in this case, who is new to the town and has to figure out how things work in order to make it to the end of the day because everyone out here is just surviving. Which is, it adds such a weight because it's like, you know how dangerous it is outside. Sure, like Maria running over to Peter isn't going to have that same worry because that's how the game works. But at the same time, it's like everything here is very real to these characters. The things that are happening mean things. And I think this story does an absolutely fantastic job of doing that, to be honest with you. So, you know what, let's get back into it. I'm just like, cool game.
The army arrives tomorrow. That's not the train we were waiting for.
See who my audience is now. They rarely applaud, they never call encore, but they also never boo us. And as you can see, we have a full house every night. And you seem to be blaming. Yes, the whole ordeal is surreal, but you seem to be unfazed by it. Okay. Alright. We could. Because while we're here, we could do this. Not the smoothest. Oh, wait, we could go around here to Murky, actually. So therefore, we don't have to go to Vlad. We can do it because, like, it feels like such a waste. But if we can do this, that would be great. And I mean, of course, this is always subject to change because video games are. That was so mean. That was so mean. Okay. Yeah, let's do it that way because I like it. Oh, and while we stop by Oglamitsky's, we can stop by Capella and get some water. Because her place has water. There sure are a lot of arsonists in Plague Districts. Let's talk to Vlad and Capella and then maybe do some hunting.
The girl is fine, but the boy's unbearable.
My path was long and hard. Be strong.
There's a peculiar smell on the outside. What is this?
You have stayed. I'm surprised. I was sure you'd take the first opportunity to leave this place. No. If only I had one. Okay. So we're gonna make a save. And we're gonna try to kill some arsonists. Where are they? It's so bad. It's just horrendous every time. Oh, that works out because I wanted to head north anyway. Totally forgot that that was my intention. Both of them. There we go. Ow! Does that count? Because I did use ammo against him. Oh, because he sets himself on fire and so we lose all his stuff. I see. I'm not wasting my bullets on a guy who I can't get stuff from. So we have to get them before they set themselves on fire. I understand everything now. I'm good, thank you. Two of them? Oh, this is a nightmare. Well, there's a rat. Here's the goop. This is genuinely hellish. Wow. And I wanted to kill, instead now I'm being chased by a bunch of rats. Do I have no empty bottles? Well, good thing I can go through there. Yikes.
It's so lonely here.
I had a feeling you were about to pay me a visit. That's the tripwires of fate for you. Sorry if it sounded a bit too assertive. Don't worry about that. To be honest, it's a little annoying. Whatever. I get it, you've been felt the stress, but don't be a little brat. Which is an insane thing for me to say, because I would be a little brat in this situation, I think. Oh, fuck you, man. Thanks, guys. Damn, because I didn't kill him. That's what I get, I suppose. Let's use the shotgun. Bam! I'm not using my fucking shotgun bullets on that guy. He doesn't deserve me. Can I go around this way? Yes, I can. No, 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 no. Bitch.
It is not so dangerous to do wrong to most men as to do them too much good.
Tomorrow this place will be crawling with soldiers. Oh, what will become of us? And every new rumor I hear contradicts the previous one. If Gagalia literature tells the truth, then we may be in luck. I don't believe either one of those. The man who's coming is a war hero. I don't know what he has been said that he has done, but it depends on what his role was at that point when he became a hero. Is he a good tool? A tool fashioned into a hero? Or is he an actual hero? I don't think we don't have the information yet to say that for certain one way or another. Yay, money! Nice. Thank you for your service. Oh, that sounds like a guy who's burning shit. Let's see if I can get him. It all ends in less than 5 days. The army arrives tomorrow. Damn it, oh no, that was just a regular guy. Day 8, by which of the Bachelor can once again prove that Earth is never up to any good. Is this a thing he's trying to prove? I mean, that actually doesn't surprise me. He is definitely trying to transcend it, so to speak. Oh, I should have talked to Maria. I'm so stupid. I was like, I don't need to talk to her for some reason. Dumb. Well, sometimes you waste time.
Are the troops really led by the famous Alexander Block? This is madness.
You are the last friend our family has. I hope our attachment to you doesn't look obtrusive. No, not at all.
He's buzzing in my ears.
I wish I had a webcam again. I got lucky where the last time I got one, it was I think like 50 or 60% off because of a Black Friday sale. But it died and apparently everyone's been having issues with it, so it's just poorly designed. So I don't no longer have a webcam anymore, but if I did, my cat Bentley when he's here.
The Thurgic Tower will be trampled. The Inquisitor will turn us into a common village, a town of men.
Huh, I almost interrupted him there. That was very interesting. So the Hardspeck's made his panacea after all. Good for him. Yes, but this discovery does not eliminate the overall danger. The country will have no peace until the source of this disease is found. That was very interesting. Oh, shit, did we read the letters from yesterday at all? I did not. Read this one, but this is new. So now we're getting the evening letter from the Inquisitor, day 7. Yes, they've played a cruel joke on us. You know, Dankovsky, there are costs involved in being who we are. People like us, ingenious to the extent of being dangerous, are always put on the front line. They set us goals which are as pointless as they are impossible to achieve. And it best or dib that we figure out how to deal with them. We are a low-value card which may be of use if it wins and worth no regret if it is beaten. Having been made aware of this attitude, we have no choice but to avenge it. I detest hypocrisy, as do you. I believe... Let us make the hypocrites regret their sanctimony. Their smug self-assuredness is based on their deluded belief that we will not be able to carry out their orders. They advise you to deal with the plague in a manner your conscience would suggest. Do that. Have no fear. I've been told to eradicate the disease at any cost and as elegantly as possible. This is what they're going to get. We'll discuss the matter tomorrow. However, this was my desperation speaking. Burn the letter. Agalia Lilich. I don't know what to make of her yet. It 1000% depends on what Alexander does and says to us tomorrow. Terrible, terrible sounds. Because he's kind of the third piece, you know? Like, things are falling apart. But he's that third piece that we kind of need to fill in the picture of what's going on.
I'm feverish. What can it be?
I can barely hold on to the memory of my mother. 2 women are living in me now. I think I'm beginning to understand her. My dear, my beloved mother. I'm starting to sense her thoughts and moods, the feelings that used to drive her. You're holding on to her memory? What does it mean? Shh. Do not wake her up. She's asleep now. Soon my father will take her away from me. Forever. Is she inside you? Yes. 2 souls are living in me now. My mother has found her ultimate shelter in my heart. I am the only one who still loves her and remembers her. Shh. Do not wake her. She's asleep now. Mommy. Alright, I'm leaving.
Why can't I move on my own?
You're so tired, Danelle. You're just not showing it. I see how exhausted you are. Yes, all I want is to survive for 4 more days. The rest doesn't matter. Interesting. Because there's been something about the focus and, like, prepping things for that. And judging by Maria wanting to talk to Peter, and I think her worried that Agalia will try to interrupt that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We weren't given too much time, now were we?
The first part of the game is over, Bachelor Dankovsky. Its meaning has been as follows. The powers that be gave you a task with a catch, to learn the truth. They set a definitive condition. This truth has to be nice. Your honor and the fate of your laboratory were at stake. Would you care to learn something? Go ahead. Fanatica has already been destroyed. I like this expression where she has that slight smile before it kind of falls. It's very good. There's nothing left. The face itself is in ruins. Your research is in ashes. Your papers have been burnt. Wretched Tillman made sure of it personally. And now I'm going to tell you about the law. Why not? Go ahead. In accordance with... Because it's like on a level, it's like, why would she lie about that? Like, I don't... Like... If she is lying, then like, if she's lying, then one thing. But if she's telling the truth, let's not delude ourselves, you know? In accordance with the law, the very logic of our world inevitably dictates the destruction of anything unnatural, anything that tries to break its own non-capitalized laws. The disease is nothing more than a tool. It is an instrument, an inevitability. And yet I've sworn to destroy this enemy. Inevitability. Gruesome inevitability is our true enemy. An enemy that cannot be defeated by anyone, anywhere. The only thing you can do is get what's dear to you out of its way. Don't make enemies with inevitability. This preaching would have made more sense before the plague. Say what you will, but fighting the enemy is now my duty, as it is yours. You're right. The second part of the game is beginning. Our current task is to remain true to ourselves. We'll keep the word we're given to the powers that be, and it wasn't just you. I've also given it, mind you. We'll uncover the truth, take a foreign detail out of the mechanism, and stop the rot before it devours this land. We only have to find out how it started. And so we're back to the source now. Sources. It's always about sources, isn't it? We can't just get away from them. We... sorcerers, if you pardon the lame pun. But sorcerers do not wield magic. The source? I'll tell you where to look for the source. So you think you're well aware of what the law is, aren't you? So I think I am. Well, I think you aren't. Let me tell you about the law. It is not a state law, but rather a natural one. When mysterious evil emerges from non-existence, it is a clear sign that this law has been violated. Disease is a retribution for trespassers. It's an attempt to restore the balance. I can see where you're going with this. This town is a minuscule cosmos, and it is the cosmos for its inhabitants. It's too remote, too distant from the rest of the world to serve as an effective part of any other mechanism. So it is a mechanism in and of itself, a mechanism that's been disrupted. There must have been a flaw, a blemish, a redundant detail, perhaps. I want to find it. I see your point. Well, if the line of thinking you've just demonstrated was sincere, I'd be willing to agree with you. Time is short.
Premonitions rarely fail me.
So, there's a faulty detail in this mechanism of ours. We only need to find it. Where do we start? What would you suggest? Let's see. The abattoir. I still haven't gotten a chance to get in there, and I suspect this is where it all began. The abattoir hypothesis was already worked on by someone else, a person who has somehow managed to infiltrate the place even before my arrival. You can try to follow in his steps, of course. That would make a lot of sense, but I wouldn't be in any hurry to do so. If I were you, who knows what danger lies inside? At least the Olgomitskis will stop getting in my way. Are you interested in the abattoir because you believe the pest might have been brought to the town by cattle? No, I rather suspect the butchers. Let me see. The lines of trade has something to do with soil. I think they may be doing some digging. According to your notes, the disease might have sprung from below the ground. Am I correct? Indeed, just like the previous plague epidemic. That epidemiological hazard appeared in the south during coal mining, and the climate was comparable to the one too, by the way. To the local one too, by the way. Have you already checked the water? Specifically river water? I've investigated the water hypothesis already, yes. Those frightening Ludids had even destroyed the town's water intake, which led to a malfunction of the town's water system. We found ourselves in the world of trouble because of that. How about we check the hypothesis thoroughly, though? Before we get on with inspecting buildings, we need to make sure the disease was not waterborne. Wells, springs, the river, or maybe a new young stream. Anything. Alright, there's one suspicious well I'd like to check. Care to tell me more about this suspicious well? Young Vladislav Ogomitsky has a rather peculiar hobby. I've been told that he's looking for old cultural layers, the remnants of an ancient culture or something. I've also been told that he's looking for oil. Neither explanation sounds convincing. What kind of person is he? A trustworthy kind, I think. Is this the reason you two have been able to get on until now, without broaching the subject of the well? Yes. Investigate this further. Ask him. If he refuses to talk, well, there are a number of ways to inspire social interaction. And no, I'm obviously not implying torture. It just so happens that if he suddenly is in the mood to explain everything to you, he may need a fair hearing to justify his actions. Do you understand? Sounds very much doable. I'll talk to him. Subterranean rot. Agalia has briefly studied the evidence and concluded that the bacteria are of mineral origin. Now that I think of it, it does seem plausible. Vlad the Younger has agreed to help us follow up on this hypothesis. It's about time I find out what he's using his well for.
They've grown up and grown tired of me.
What is your opinion of the Canes? That girl, Ava, did she say anything before she died? She said she wanted to die for me. Anything else? Yes, she said her death was inevitable. That's more like it. What do you think the backstory was? Was there a particularly notable backstory? I'm deadly tired of all these people. They are inhuman. They tell the future, believing in walking zombies and dying in all manners of painfully abnormal ways. Your line of thinking is obviously fallacious, and I was implying something rather mundane, I promise you. No one can really tell the future around here. And neither are deaths inspired by a third parties uncommon. Mysterious phenomenons do occur here sometimes, but hardly more often than anywhere else. Why did Ava die then? I have this distinct suspicion that she was made to die. By whom? One of the Canes. I'd even go as far as to claim they may have performed human sacrifice. I don't believe you. Now that's interesting. Anything else? Interesting. Well, we'll stop by Vlad next. See what he wants us to do. Bounce down here. Well, we'll see where he wants us to go, but while we're over there, we should talk to Murky and Notkin. How come this place never runs out of you sots? You've been ordered to stay in. That's what I'm saying. Drugs are as lucky as the folk wisdom goes. It's the same here too. How can bacteria survive inside you when you're pouring so much twiring down your throat? Why do you think it's a bacteria? What else could it be? What else is causing them fevers? This dire beast called a microbe. Shaggy in image, fangy in jaws, scary in manner. Spellish in size though, which is a relief. Has a knack for reproduction. Am I right, Professor? It is most certain likely a virus, and no spirit is deep enough to drown it. You are, of course, an educated man. A man of academia, so to speak. But I would argue otherwise. Take my father-in-law. Drink like a fish. A fish would then crawl under the table mindlessly, and no plague would get to him. Never, not to mention flu. 5 years ago when it happened, for the first time he survived. It's a coincidence. Why did you do that?
What?
So you haven't left. That certainly does you credit. Why did you fill your well up with earth? Can I please just refuse to answer that question? If I'm not mistaken, since yesterday you're no longer the authorized envoy of the powers that be in town. You can, but then Aligalia Lilich will do the asking. It's actually rather bizarre that she hasn't done that so far. She doesn't know about the Tagler. Of course she does. An Inquisitor, by definition, is a person who knows everything. I'm waiting for that detailed story. What are you trying to dig up? And more importantly, what have you dug up already? Tough luck, Doctor. I don't trust you. My confession wouldn't be of any use to you, but it would raise too much noise. You'll draw the wrong conclusions. The consequences could be tragic, especially if the Inquisitor and Commander get involved. We'll speak of this again. Here lies an old enemy of the Okomitskis. Since they've decided to stand against me, perhaps Obstui can be my ally for the time being.
Have you heard?
Me. Alright, so let's talk to Murky. She probably doesn't have anything for us, but like, what if she does? You know? Because we got some interesting dialogue with Maria. I like talking to everyone every day. It does genuinely feel like they each have something new to say. I'm curious of like, I mean, I would hope they would say like different things to each of the characters, each of the three characters. Um, but we'll see.
I'm damp and washed out.
Oh. Oh. Ruben's sick? I mean, I guess that means he didn't die, but... Hmm.
He who distrusts himself is better off silent.
That bitch. She has us all over a barrel. So freaking prize. Aspity, say, do you by any chance know what Vlad the Younger was digging out? Ah, the leech won't crack. He thinks he's the smartest. And he does seem to think that he can get his out of his deal and, well, that his hands will come clean. But that's fine. I know how to make him talk all right. How? It's simple. Just reveal to the world all those thousands of lives that have perished in a few days because of him. And to think that I, a simple girl that I am, blamed the father. Shame, what a shame. What are you talking about? It was he who ordered the close of the dormitory. He hid the truth from his father, blamed it all on some imaginary strike. He knew how to get the old man to make him mad, to make him damn everyone else inside. But Big Vlad knew about the disease. He found out eventually, of course. Took the fall for the air. He's done, he's old. He doesn't care about additional stains on his tired conscience. Whereas Son has a town yet to rule, and to be popular with. That's essential to ruling. Has Vlad the Younger even had that kind of power? He is a nimble one, the youngling. He crawled into the king's heart like a snake, got us webbed, got to know us. He started talking to wardens. Oh yeah, he had that kind of power. Well, now he'll tell me everything I want to know. It'll sour his arrogant attitude quite a bit. The whole thing proved to be, let me see, enough! It is time to bring the Olgomitsky family out into the open. I could easily find common ground with Aspity, however disagreeable she may be. She is rather loquacious, and she lets slip that the protector of the kin has an axe to grind with the Olgomitskys. Aspity is not so good a liar that I didn't see right through her. The whole thing proved to be a trivial affair, but no less terrifying for it. When Isidore confirmed the Olgomitskys of the impending outbreak, it was the younger who did what the elder did not dare to do. But as the consequences became known, it was the father who shielded his son from the ramifications. A double deceit. This being known, I am in a strong position to speak with the Oglemitskis.
Your changeling has a haughty attitude. Seems like she knows something.
Who are you talking about? None of them can catch me by surprise. Although, there are dark fibers stirring in Maria, but I'm talking about our yesterdays, sweetheart. Yeah, impressive. Saburov, the up-and-coming tyrant, has been diminished to a crawl. That's good. Oglemitsky, the two-tongued asshole, has been exposed. That's a pleasure. The Canes, well, I hope they strangle each other without external help. Life's getting better by the hour. Aspody, I want to get into the abattoir. The abattoir? Promise to kick the bucket there? Ah, what's wrong with you today? What's wrong with you? Or did you take into your pretty head that I'm suddenly slobbering all over you? No, Bachelor, you're my enemy. No wonder the superstitious folk think you're the sand pest incarnate. And a good superstitious folk are completely right. That's exactly what I am. How thick are you? It's me, not Clara the Mara. All right, enough of that. Just tell me how to get into the abattoir. Tonight, when it's dark, at 10, maybe 11 o'clock, the gorge will open. Do you know what the gorge is? The gates? The gates that lead to the steppe. That's where the bulls enter the abattoir. Thank you, Aspody. That was very funny. Gasp! I'm reloading my shotgun. Stupid. Okay, interesting. Anything else?
We frequent.
Okay. Curious. She just kind of outright tells us when the albatross open. The rudest cloud in all of existence. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, this is the right way. Yeah, I want to talk to Grace. Then... do I want to talk to Vlad first? Go from here. I am not sure. I feel like the Termitary is going to be like a whole thing, because it's been an area that's been completely cut off for us for a bit. So maybe I should talk to Vlad. I should extend the main quest, because I do have to go to the Termitary for the side quest, but the main quest is more important. So I should probably get that done now, just so I don't have to worry about that later. And also, because the Termitary is finally open, we weren't able to go in it yesterday, I do have a feeling that the main quest will get us there somehow. Because why not, right? What's the news, lad? It's definitely a good thing that the children are holed up in the tower. Is it true that there have been no fatal outcomes there? So they say. I don't know, haven't been there. I'm afraid it may collapse under the weight, though. So many people have never gathered there at the same time. How many did? Well, 100, 150 maybe. But there have never been more than 1,000. I wonder why I hadn't been informed about this. Me too. I wonder why you haven't. That attitude will get you into trouble.
What?
So this person who's responsible for turning the termitary into a mass grave, who told you that? That's not important. What's important is whether I'm going to relay that to the Inquisitor. No use denying it now. I knew the truth would come out with the termitary was unlocked. I just hoped there would be time before then. No such luck, I suppose. So you did your best to conceal this, huh? Perhaps you know more about the plague than you show, either? What's with this well of yours? I did indeed hide a certain crime I've committed, and I believe that something nasty was indeed dug up. Inbred deadly bacteria. The only snag here is that those two insightful observations are not connected in any fashion. So you knew that the bacteria originates underground and you never told me? I don't know anything for sure. Moreover, I've found nothing to support that theory. The earth in the well is clean, and the deeper I dig, the cleaner and denser it becomes. Pure sand and solid white clay. But why didn't you tell me of your suspicions? Because if my theory proved to be correct, we would have no choice but to raise the town's residential districts, wipe out everything between the abattoir and the Gorkhorn. Why in the world? Over the years, the people have bored countless holes into the ground, all for naught. They have always had a layer of compacted clay. The town is full of those dead-end barrows, and those underground creep holes. Who would ever believe that they all came to solid rock, like a prisoner's tunnel coming to a brick wall? That's not a good enough reason to give that order. I can't speak inside your head, now can I? Perhaps you wouldn't issue that order, but the general who's arriving here with his forces tomorrow wouldn't listen to you mumbling that it's nothing more than a theory. He'd just do it. Perhaps you're not far from the truth. Can you swear on me that there was nothing in the bell, on your family's honor? Yes, you can have a sample and analyze it if you will. A sample of sand and clay, if it's necessary. I can even call my people and have them dig it up again. But honestly, you're going to need a deeper hole than that. No need for that. How can I get into the abattoir? I've only been there 4 times in my life. The only way in for me has always been through the termitary. Every morning a crowd of workmen come out of it, walks between the buildings, and is swallowed up by the abattoir's main entrance, the one they call the Gorge. Tachik has always opened and closed it himself, but now he's dead and you're out of luck. That's fine. It's not like his place at the termitary has been left vacant, right? And now I'm even more interested in seeing the horrific results of your actions. Interesting. The way to the abattoir is through the termitary. Its dwellers know how to get in and out. Let's see. The road to the abattoir will have to pass through the termitary. Superintendent Tychik is dead, and the overall state of affairs is best described as an absolute anarchy. As absolute anarchy. Nevertheless, I am certain that someone will have to accept the burden of authority sooner or later. Whoever it will be, he will allow me passage into the bowels of the earth. Okay.
Who lives without folly? Changeling knows something.
Okay. So... now let us go... Let's go... what's the best way? We can go around this way, here. talk to Anna, talk to Stamatan, talk to the Severos, talk to other Stamatan, talk to Sticky, go to the Termitary. Seems golden to me. Worried I miss a letter or something. So I always seem to. Or I feel like I seem to. I don't know if that's actually true. My darling, skip to the loo again. What is it, my fair lady? Do you have any nuts? Why are you looking for nuts? First of all, you can play with them, and now you can eat them too. Didn't you eat nuts before? Well, would we eat you? Of course we wouldn't. You're obviously nuts too. Eating nuts, it's like eating your kitten of your stamps collection. Every nut is a story, a chronicle of adventures. They even have names. But recently we've begun to eat them. You have to choose each time one of them goes. And it does indeed sound very sad. Do you want to ask me something? Have you made friends with Mark Immortel? He's a curious fellow. No, I don't trust him. He's a sleazy, like a weasel or a snake. He likes to be economical with truth, and that is something that I abhor. Oh yes, you love the truth and want to know it, right? I guess so. No need to guess. It's obvious. And Mark, he knows the truth and is afraid to distort it. That's why he uses masks, puppets, and riddles. Perhaps. Oh, fuck you. I was killing that guy. It takes so long to die. Go fuck yourself, man. I was killing that guy. It's not my fault I ran out of ammo. Ugh. All my hard work ruined. And for what? Nothing. Nothing more than a tragedy. That guy's dead, yeah. It's like so hard to get to some of them sometimes. Yeah, I know, there are mice behind me. I get it. Oh! A bunch of the stuff I sold you! How lovely. Would like my stuff back, thank you. Nope, I'm getting hungry. What do I have? I have meat! Nice. Am I tired at all? Oh, I'm getting tired. Let's buy some coffee beans on our way out as
Oh,
well.
I would have let my fists loose if not for these pins.
Why? Because I drank all that coffee in front of you so quickly?
Why do you all come here to gawk at me?
I mean, I didn't. I was here to drink some coffee and then talk to you like a person. Anyway, I need your coffee beads. Alright, bye. Let's see, any repairs? 98, 88, 90. Okay, we're good. I don't need to do anything.
Life is hard.
I am like #1 hobby starter guy because I love starting hobbies. But one thing I really want to try is making like hard cider, because like I don't really like beer or drinking like wines or other alcohols and stuff, but I do love a good cider. So I'm thinking of maybe getting into that. Could be fun. It's very much a waiting game, so I wish I could like wait more with growing my mushrooms, but like part of it is like my humidifier is fucked again. It's like the only one that works to like the length of time it does, but like I kind of have to keep it on full blast all the time, which means I actually have to replace it every day.
Can it be conscience?
Good question, man. Oh, I think we got a letter. Load from Ion. Strange guests are walking around your house. I'm uneasy around them. Please come back soon. I mean, all the way down here. We can do that later. It's fine. It's a little out of the way. Sorry, Onion. Ion, rather, not Onion. I'm sure I'll have to go back to talk with Agalia. Anyway, so, and because of that, I'll get that quest going. It'll be fine. Especially since it seems like I can't really end the main quest until like later today anyway. Hey man, how are we doing today? Good? Bad? So-so?
That's it. I can't take it anymore.
Incredibly hungover, probably, and then re-drunk.
Yep.
Bye. I like how it is, like, acknowledging that we're doing the rounds, like... It's like, nope, just doing the rounds. It's fun. Because it knows that some people are gonna have the impulse to talk to everybody in case they get something. So it's very cute to have the characters acknowledge that we're doing that. Like, there's no specific reason we're here. We're just saying hi, and then bye. All right, so let us go into the dormitory. These guys have anything to say? No. All right. Okay. Probably should have saved before going in, but. A lot of dead people. Can I talk to these guys? No. So many rooms. Let's go through one at a time. See if there's anything interesting. This one's right outside here. Oh, hello! We meet face to face.
I think I have a fever. Oh, maybe not.
You shouldn't have come, Moynihan. It's dangerous here. You're not used to dealing with them. What are you doing here, Barak? I went to the abattoir and came back with something of value. Listen to me, Moynihan. If my hope proves to be true, we'll have serum by tomorrow. That's some news! So, what was that thing you came back with? Blood. Blood again. I'm not ready to say where I got it, but it may very well be that what Stock worked on, only better. It's still alive. Look if it has... you know. What? Antibodies? Yes, antibodies. We already know what living bacteria looks like, as well as dead ones. Stock told me all about that. I think it wouldn't be too hard for you to establish what this blood does to the infection. So you want me to examine the blood under a microscope? Just that? If you study the blood, Odin, tomorrow I'll hand you a dose of functional panacea. If you prove that this blood is what we need, I might be able to hand over the panacea to you today. I trust your word. Is this convincing enough for you? It is. Where do I find you? I'll be around here. Still have a hell of a lot to do. If there's trouble, I'll let you know. Then we should meet in the basement in the corpulent workshop. Alright. The mysterious sample. The vial that Barak gave me was strangely heavy and warm to the touch. I wonder what's inside. I need to study the contents under the microscope immediately. Oh, I just had just enough room to put the Barak vial. Okay. No.
The Inquisitor has turned her gaze to the abattoir. No good will come of it.
Tell me, how do I get inside the abattoir? The gates are blocked with boulders on the inside. When the time comes, butchers roll them aside. You can find a way in after that. Wait for the right moment. And when are the boulders rolled aside? At what time? There is some kind of regularity, but I haven't cracked it yet. Tried to squeeze that out of the Mother Superior, but she's only fooling around. I can never understand if she's serious or not. Are they going to be opened today? There is a massive butcher feud inside. They're fighting each other. Something displeased them after quite a bit. Something displeased them quite a bit. I might have had to play a part in it. I'm afraid. The Mother Superior claims that everything should quiet down after midnight. Maybe around 2 o'clock they'll roll away the boulder, blocking the main entrance. They'll let you in after the Mother allows it. Why are they fighting? Yesterday, after they were released, they had a council of sorts. Today they split in half. Some demand the foreman's death, others, it seems, want to have their way with the Olgomitsky. In all honesty, I'm confused and don't have the slightest idea of what's happening. The Mother says there's a fierce battle in there. But you have been to the dormitory before? Yes, I have. But don't ask me who led me in. What are you afraid of? I'm not afraid of anything. But way too many people died right in front of me these last few days. Not of the plague, but rather by malicious will of those too keen to execute their idea of justice. You know what I mean. Yes, I understand.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Brewers of the fake panacea are holed up somewhere in this dormitory. Do you know anything about that? What? Someone's just making a panacea in here? But this is... Yes, an unconceivable villainy. Have you maybe noticed anything suspicious? Hold on a second. Some Odong on the second floor asked for corpses of the freshly dead. They seemed to be looking for someone that they knew, and took no notice back then. Apart from that, newcomer tramps went around looking for some room along the wall across the entrance. Dangled money. Which room? On the second floor as well? Damned if I know. I had a short way with them. Thank you, Barack. Lovely sounds. Let's explore the termitary. If the termitary seems to have too much going on, we'll stop it short. But I think okay, it's like hard to see in here. Can I talk to these guys? No, not allowed. What time is it? He's saying midnight to 2 a.m. Aspetti's saying 10 a.m. Or 10 p.m. rather. Let's climb up these. Well, I'm assuming the fire means it's something important there. The important areas are more well lit. This game isn't really a place with like secrets to uncover. Not in like the same way. Oh, see, lit up room. Peace to you, Oinen. Peace to you. Live and let live. So say the wise. Here you are, you can of worms. So can I place an order? You're more than welcome. We're not asking much, merely 30,000. But for you, Oinen, it's free. Dead gruel, never better. All the rot comes out, all the evil hexes come off. Oh yes, my good man. You're using my method, is that it? Peddling your filth under my name, you scum? Ionon, do have mercy, let us be. We won't sell anything anymore. We won't cook the gruel. You will let us live. Don't turn us into the mother. We'll tell you an interesting something then. You'll be pleased. Speak then. If I like what I hear, I won't give you away. We're guilty. The Booth's son is twice as guilty. We just fool around and mess about. He's buying up the real panacea. Bought it from everyone who got one from Barack. Took one from everyone. Has it for himself. Shoot him, Oyen. Threaten him. Rob him. Take his panacea for yourself. Thank us. Where did he get the real panacea? Only Barak can make panacea. Only Barak knows the lines. Barak gave his vials to the Bodho children. Gave it to the Boos. The Boos' son took it all to sell to evil people, to bloodsuckers, for iron and gold. Have mercy on us, Oinen. Let us go, never again, until the earth takes us back. Fine. I'll tell the mother about this room, though. You have half an hour to get lost for good. Well, would you look at that? Vlad the Younger has entered the panacea market. The man won't let a single penny get past his purse. It occurs to me that he is no better than Bad Grief. We need to find out how he set up his trade. Could it be the worms trying to flame him out for his own profiteering? Okay. No matter which one you talk to. Okay. So now we have an even bigger reason to pop out, because we'll have to check that blood sample against a microscope. And there's one in Ruben's Prosecutorium, but if he's sick in there, then we're not getting anything. So we'll have to go to the Stillwater to do that. Which means we'll happen to, also it happens to coincide with the letter that Ion wrote, so we'll see if there's anything further there. We'll talk to Vlad, and then see what next steps are from there as well. But of course, let's further this main quest, see if there's something else that needs to be outside as well. Alright, let's go upstairs one more floor. Okay, looks like all other floors are blocked off, which does help, thankfully. Carpets. $1,400. We still have time.
So, the lady that came here decided to look into the abattoir. Nothing good will come out of this.
Here he is. Here he comes. Listen, everyone. This is a doctor. He came from outside. Will you do me a favor? Gladly. Will you let me into the abattoir, then? Will you bring me the person that got us all locked up in here when everyone got sick? And what would happen to that person? Well, I want to ask why he had us locked up, and then ask him some more. The best I can do is let him know that you're looking for him. If you do what I'm asking for you, I'll open the passage of the abattoir. For you. No. I need to get into the abattoir, but not at the cost of someone's life. And I know that I would sentence that person to death were I to agree. Then perhaps you can give me a toy. Now we're talking. That I can do easily. Which toy would you like? I don't need just any toy. I need the toy. My supreme calf. I'll show you where the guys have left him. Please be so kind. House was last place where Taya Tuchik played their favorite toy. In an infected house. Let's see. The mistress of the dormitory is unhappy with the living toys she has. She wants another toy, a new favorite one. Were I to assist in the acquisition of such a toy, she has agreed to grant me access to the abattoir, where the bowels of the earth will reveal their secrets to me. Truth be told, I am not looking forward to going there.
I'll never fall ill.
Good for you. You've got a stain on your nose. I just want to have a little chat with you. Please tell your servants to relax. They are not my servants. They keep me out of harm's way. Fine. Were you here when the epidemic broke out? Epidemic? When people get sick and begin to die. Of course I was here. If not for me, everyone who's upstairs would also be sick and dead. I was here, so there wasn't a Mother Superior in the other building. That's why everyone's dead there. Are the people upstairs alive? When we knock on the ceiling, they say that they're about to come down and make us all regret this. Regret what exactly? I don't know, but it's terribly scary. They're very, very angry with us. They want to get back at us. Let them stay where they are. Why are they angry? Because we didn't feed them. But they locked themselves away on purpose. We didn't make them to. It's their own fault, not mine. Definitely not yours.
I see everything.
I mean, she's telling us, I don't think we should force a child. You know, like, I don't think so. Alright, and I think we have explored all the floors up here, actually, so let me go back in this room. Not like that any other room here is aggressive by any means, but alright. Make a save. Feels like a full day. And then next time, well, we can leave the abattoir, and then we'll need to go here. We'll want to talk to Vlad. We're going to want to talk to Ava. Not Ava. She is not here anymore. We're going to want to talk to Ayan, see what she wants, see what the next steps with Vlad here are, and then we'll see where we're going from here. I mean, we're probably bringing this back to her once we get it, so either way, we have to go back into town, so we might as well stop by all 3 spots. And if there are any other things we need to do in town, we can do those before heading back to the dormitory. Okay. Alright, so that's it for this episode of Pathologic. I do find it very interesting that I kind of had my finger on what this game was trying to do with certain things, because this is, again, as like many walkthroughs and stuff that I've read state, this game is about deception, so there's something very interesting going on about all of that stuff. Not 100% sure though, so we'll still have to figure some stuff out, at least. But yeah, no, we're getting into what might be the source. We're kind of beginning to figure out certain things. It seems that the disease came from the Earth, and probably from the abattoir, so I'm not quite sure. From what Vlad is saying is he thinks that in order to, like, solve this plague, we'll have to basically burn down the entire town. I don't know if that's really the best interest, though, because I'm not sure if... It's hard. What do they consider? It's, because, like, what do they consider the town? They say we can hurt as many people, but not the community. So if burning down the town, or raising the town, includes the theater and the cathedral that the powers that be wanted us to return things to for the town, I'm not really sure what our next steps are, but you definitely want to keep all avenues available, especially since younger Vlad seems to have an idea of what's going on, so we can try to figure out that stuff, but we will do all that next time. But until then, I will see you guys next time. I hope you all have a great one, and bye!